FFD modifiers, which is freeform deformation modifiers. So what we can deform an object by creating a box around them, and this box is made up of lattice and control points. We have 5 different types of these. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a sphere in here, regular old sphere. Okay. Now I'll select it. I'm going to go up to the Modify tab in my control panel. I'm going to go to my modifier list, and I'm going to go down to FFD. I have 5 different versions of this. I have a 2x2x2, which means that there's 2 control points on all the edges of the object. Likewise, 3x3x3, there's 3 control points, and 4x4x4, there's 4 control points. And then we also have the box and the cylinder. This is a box-shaped and a cylinder-shaped object that goes around the outside of our object. And we can use and we can adjust the number of control points in the lattice box to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick on 3x3x3, just right in the middle. What the heck, eh? So it builds a lattice work around the object. If I go up into my modifier and hit the sub-objects, hit the plus for the sub-objects, I have control points. Now, these are the control points. Here are these squares at the intersection of this lattice work. At the lattice work, now I have all my lattice, the lines running between them. When I do set volume, the set volume then allows those green control points to move and fit according to the shape without affecting the object here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the control points. And right now I come down to my parameters. I'm displaying the lattice work. That's good. Deform, I'm only going to deform things that are only in the volume, but I could use all the vertices if I want. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a hole of one of these control points. I'm going to pick on this control point right here. All right. Now I'm going to use a tool such as select and move or rotate or uniform scale. I'm going to use select and move. That gives me my move gizmo. I'm going to pull it here in my Z. I'm going to pull it way up so you can see it. See how it's deforming that by that control point. All right. I can also grab a hold of this one and I can deform it as well. Okay. And so now I got it deform, or it's deformation here. It's in 2 different axes, and so I can come over here and say, I'm good, right? And I might be good, and I can write. I can be go back to my my object, and there I'm deformed. I've made a new object. If I pick on it again and go back to modify, I might say, oh, I could reset my mind, change my mind, so I can reset. Puts it all back to its original. My animate all allows us to put it in an animation, and I can conform to a shape. And when I conform to a shape, it's going to bring the FFD control points to an intersection of the object with a straight line from the object center to the original location of the control points. That's just a different way of doing it. But I think the easiest way of working with this modifier is to work with the control points. And then you just grab a hold of your control points and you make your change, whatever you need to do. And then at that point, hey, you're good to go. All right, I made my change and I modified it. Remember, at any time, I can always turn off my modifier and bring it right back to its original shape. I can turn that back, any modifier back on. So these are known as freeform deformation modifiers. And so we have 5 different ones you can use, and it gives you different amounts of controllability based on how many control points there are in each one of those modifiers.